Okay, so since our last interview, there was a nurse who got caught for allegedly trying to smuggle drugs into the jail for Gunna. Allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
She got arrested. There's a mugshot of her. It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess on a mess because there's a lot going on there. And I'm probably going to have to come back here in a couple of months once I've really started to pull all the data. I have a bunch of Open Records Act requests out to the sheriff's office because the sheriff's office through all of this has kind of been falling apart. Why the heck did she think she could do that? Was this the first time? Probably not. Like, the prosecution says she was bringing stuff in for Gunna. The problem is that there are a bunch of other complaints, and not related to her, but for other folks, of drugs getting into the jail, of contraband cell phones getting into the jail, of misconduct by sheriff's deputies that has started to accelerate in ways that are deeply disturbing. Basically, you've got a bunch of millionaires in jail being tended by a bunch of sheriff's deputies who are making on the order of $50,000 a year. You can see where something might break. Being a sheriff's deputy, being a jailer it's not a fun job. It's not a happy job most of the time. It's like the prison system all over Georgia has been falling apart, and there's no reason to believe that the Fulton County Jail is any better. It's part of the reason why the city government did a U-turn on putting people in that jail into the city's jail. There's been a big, broad movement to close the city jail for years. That movement has sort of stopped because they need to get people out of the county jail, because the county jail is that screwed up right now. Now, we can talk about blame. There's a new sheriff. I like the new sheriff. Like, this might just be conditions that are beyond his immediate ability to fix. There's a lot going on there. And for all of the criminality that we're looking at around YSL, there's a bunch of crime that's being committed by the deputies themselves. And I'm going to pull reports that are looking at internal discipline and write about that at length. That nurse, I think, is just the tip of the iceberg. And I don't know what to do. As a journalist, the hard part here is that I'm trying to investigate a law enforcement agency. And that's never fun. And it can be relationship breaking, but it's necessary right now. Because if somebody gets hurt in jail, we're going to want to know why it happened and how.
Okay, well, at one point, Young Thug's lawyer filed a petition to the jail and said that Young Thug was being held in inhumane conditions. And the jail center actually responded and said, this is a jail, it is a detention center, it's not the Ritz-Carlton.
Right. So it's all fun and games until somebody gets shanked. The jail conditions are such because of overcrowding and because of misconduct by the sheriff's deputies. And the sheriff's going to be pissed at me when he hears me say that, and I don't care. There's a problem right now. Between those things, prisoner safety is not guaranteed today. There's a problem. And it started, we can look at the YFN Lucci attempted stabbing from earlier this year as a starting point for that. Or the fact that other prisoners are being, they're being searched and they're finding weapons on them right now. The jails, and it's a difficult problem because you've got around a couple of dozen YFN guys over here and a couple of dozen YSL guys over there, and who knows how many other gang members who are affiliated one way or another, or sort of have a relationship to one set or another, who are looking for a way to get stabby. I think Thug's lawyer had a point. It doesn't necessarily mean that Thug should be released, because there's all of this other stuff going on. But if there's an actual incident of violence in the jail that could be directly attributed to this gang war, I think that will be a moment where this conversation needs to be revisited.